If you got one of these older Chevy pickups, 98 to 2002 body style, if you have issues with your map lights not working, I'm going to show you how to update the factory outdated switches with the newer updated push button switch, and you even have the option of keeping the factory look. I'm Rick, and this shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. Nail that for your sanity. This is the shack. Hello and welcome. In this video, I am going to show you how I updated my little map switches, the little console piece on the roof of your truck. Mine is body style is 98 to 2002. The 2003 went cat eyes. I really didn't care for that, but I think this actually covers 2000 up to 2005 maybe. But don't quote me on that. I know for a fact that you can do this on the 98 to 2002. Just because I don't know if switches or anything changed in the console piece itself. Dimensions may change, whatever, but I'm just saying. So take it with a grain of salt for the 2003 and newer, but they may give you an idea and give you a little something to think about. And who knows, maybe these switches just might fit in the newer models if your switches go out, because if your switch goes out in this body style in 98 to 2002, they are no longer available. They haven't been available for quite a while. When they were available, you couldn't buy the switch. You actually had to buy the complete little console piece. And now, or the last price was like $120 something, $130, I think, with taxes. That's ridiculous. For a $5 switch, or probably dollar switch from GM, just a couple dollar item, they made you buy the complete piece. Regardless, you only had one switch go out. That's just messed up. Now, updating this, if that switch ever does go out, I might go down and buy me 2 more of these and just set them aside in my little bin for the truck. If they ever go out, I have 2 backups. So if they ever go out of style, something happens, they're no longer manufactured, I got 2 backups ready to go. Now the switch themselves, this is a Philmore. Make sure you get a Philmore. Why? Made in the USA. This is, I forget the first numbers, 30-1425. Do not get the 1426. That is not an on and off switch. To me, that is more like a ignition switch. You push it in, your light goes on, you release, light goes out. It is not a click, stay on, click, stay off. You want the 1425. That's the one you want. And as far as I know, there is no difference in the length. They should be the same, the 1425. This is an on dash off. Now, if you look at that, some say on and have like parentheses off or off parentheses on. That means you push it to hold it on or hold it off. Otherwise, it's always off or always on. Check in the description. I'll have a link to where I purchased these from. The place I ordered one from never showed up. I have a little electronics store that is 40-minute drive from me. I will give you the information on the company that I purchased these from. You can call them. I don't know if they'll ship it to you. Find them online from some other electronics store if they ship to you. And make sure you get the Philmore, the 30 or 40? The 30-1425. Let's just dive right in and get working. Now this is my roof console, my ceiling console. I don't know what exactly they call it. I think 98 to 2002 Chevy Silverado. Mine is a 1500. The problem is the switches no longer work to turn the lights on and off. This one does, but you actually have to hit it, keep doing it, and it will come on. This one doesn't work at all. So if you need to remove this, there is a Phillips head screw in here. Take that out, and you'll have about 1.5 inches or so gap. It'll drop down. Now in the front, you want to grab it on either side like this and pull towards you, because if you see, it's held in by these little clips on either side, just snaps in. So your hands will be about here, and you pull down to pop them out. If it's a little tight, don't worry, you're not going to break it. Hopefully these don't snap. Just pull down, it'll pop out. You can set it on your dash and then disconnect this. This connects to the wire coming from the roof. You simply just lift this up, pull the connector out, and then you have it like this. Now when you have it like this, you get it in your garage or your shop or somewhere. To take these old switches out, you simply push forward. They'll snap. They come out, they're just snapped in there, but they will have the button still connected there. I can't get it in there. Let me see if I can get in there. There it goes, like that. They just simply pop on and off. So when you snap it this way, it'll be sitting there with the cap still on. Basically just take a screwdriver like this and pull that up. It'll pop the cap off. Don't lose the cap because we're going to reuse these. I'm just not going to worry about these no more, and I'm going to try and update this. What I'm going to do, we're going to put this switch in. All right, let's see if this thing works. We're going to set it right there. Hopefully I can get this, my GoPro to set somewhere in here. There is it, and this is that. So let me connect these two together here real quick. There we go. Ooh, look at it, it's on. Yeah, they're both on. Now use this one. Ooh, it shuts off. Yeah, it works now, baby. And this one, I don't have the button. Where's the button at up here? Here it is. See, it's gonna work. Oh, I just disconnected it. Oh, that one actually works. Oops. See, it came back on. There it goes. This one, oh, look at that. Sweet. So we have success. Now this will actually fit in. Even with the nut there, it fits in. So what I'm thinking, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to remove a little bit of material on this part, enough for this to sit in there. See, it doesn't go in, it's not quite wide enough yet. Once that's wide enough for this to fit in, the bottom nut I will raise up till this just get there like that, so you can see where this will just fit high enough so you can have access to click it on and off. And we'll have to drill this out a little bit, but that will fit right over. That's why I wanted the push button and not toggle. That way I can put this on there and still retain somewhat the factory look. Now one thing that we're going to have to do, we're going to have to drill the cap out for it to fit on the button. Now I've already done some measurements here. So here's a 13/32 drill bit. If I do this, 0.406. So it's perfect. It's bigger than this, just barely undersized compared to the inside of the cap. So what we're going to do, we're going to go slow with the 13/32. See, it stops right there. It hits these little tabs. Right there, right there, right there, and right there. I drill those out, then I get down to the bottom where the 4 tabs are that hold the old button in. Drill those out flush. So hopefully I'm not going to go too far. But what I did was I held the button cap, I should say, held the cap flush with my chisel, set the chisel flush on my Jorgensen clamp, tightened it up. And there where it is, it sits pretty flush. So what I'm gonna do, go to my drill press, go real slow. Well, it did quite well. I am very happy with this. It's all the way down to the bottom. You can see in there or not. And the best part, look at this. That is perfect. So that fits on there. Absolutely fantastic. So now what I got to do is take enough material out of this area here to get that to fit in there, and we'll see what we can do. Now I do apologize. My mic battery went dead, so I have to completely redo this. So basically I'm just going to get you caught up to this point right now. As you last saw, I got the caps all drilled. That worked out fine. You see me have to readjust because it was just enough to hold this. As the bit went in there and it started to move, I would tighten it just a little bit, because if you do too much, you're going to oblong it and there's a chance of actually cracking this. So I was very cautious, and that was real time. It was just going slow. I wasn't in a hurry. I took my time. Once I got that done, I basically cut off the terminals to all the wire, tin the tips of the wire, cut off maybe about 1/8 of an inch or so, put solder on the end of these with my soldering iron. Once I had a good coat of solder on the wire, I put on the terminal, as you see here, crimped it, and then, again, a little extra precaution. I heated it up a little bit, put a little more solder on here just to fill in a little void, make sure it had a good solid contact. So when that was done, I put these aside and I focused on the hole. As you see, this one is done. And I tried a couple of different things. My first attempt was to put some hot glue in here, push the nut for the switch in there. Basically what I wanted was the flat sides. It was going to go in like that. So the glue would be around the edges on the bottom. This would be pushed in and it would wedge it in the hole here. Well, that just didn't work. So I sat here for about an hour, thinking of different things, but I could try it, possibly epoxy. That was a little too runny for me. And then I realized I do have some JB Weld left over. I was like, well, I'm gonna try that. So basically I went in here, put just a little bit of JB Weld on the edge, so when I go to push the nut in there, I could push it down, get it where I want it positioned, and then hopefully would there be JB Weld all around this side of it. Got it the best I could in the position I was okay with, let it set overnight. The only thing I had to do was, when I went to put my button on and I pushed to click it on and off, it wasn't working. It wasn't going down far enough to engage the switch. So I did, basically, I would take this and do 180, go back, try it again. It wasn't doing it. Did 180, got to the point where it was kind of getting it where it turned on, but take a couple clicks to get it turned off, a couple clicks to get it on. It just wasn't pushing down far enough. Did one more 180, came back, and that's where it's at now. Works great. Once that was set, the nut that's on the back, took my wrench and just very, very lightly tightened it up till it was snug. I wasn't giving it any force. I think if I go on there right now, let me get out of my way. Yeah, I could feel a little resistance. That was enough. I stopped. And that is solid and secure. So when the other switch shows up, I will do the same for that, and my LED lights should be in by that time. So when they get in, we'll finish this up. But the thing is, if this switch goes out, I will probably use hot glue to keep that on there. I don't know if it'll keep it, if it'll stay just because it's smooth. But if not, I may end up just using it like this for a while. Still not really bad looking. If that switch ever goes out, I just unloosen this, unscrew it, put a new one in. It makes it very easy to replace. I don't know why GM did not do something with these switches, because basically if your switch went out, you couldn't buy the switch, you had to buy the whole piece. That was not good for me. I don't need this whole thing when I got a $5 item that went out and spent $130 on this. No way. So this is an option. If you have an older Chevy pickup, you keep it in good mechanical condition. These go out, this could be an option for you. So I'll be back when I get the rest of this in to complete this. I got my new switch. Unfortunately, the one I ordered never showed up. Today is Monday the 25th. This was supposed to be delivered by UPS last Thursday. It has never shown up. They said it was delivered Thursday on my porch. No, it wasn't. I got rain. I'm sorry, I got to do a rant. I got rain. It got me going out, dumping the trash about 11:15. They said it was at 12:15. Never did. Me and my wife left about 1:30ish to go to the store. We looked, nothing was there. I got no notification on my ring, nothing. They never showed up to my doorstep. Bullshit. And now the jerk place that I ordered from isn't responding, so I went through PayPal. I'm gonna contact PayPal. Oh no, Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday, because I'll be gone Wednesday. I'm contacting PayPal and get my damn money back. Bullcrap. I had to drive 45 minutes one way to get a $12 stinking switch. So I was trying to avoid that, and that's why I ordered it online, but it never showed up. So screw them. I told them to cancel my order. Too late. I went down and made the drive and got another one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you how I did this. I'm gonna try to reposition it, and I can see if I can get into my magnifying glass here so you can see. I'm going to get a little bit of JB Weld, put it in the edges here, get this set in there, and then that was it, just so you can see how I did it. And then we're going to let it sit overnight. So tomorrow I'll be able to put the switch in, get it the depth set, hook it up, and I can finally install this after having it out of my truck for almost 2 weeks now, waiting on stupid switches that never show up. So let me reposition the camera and see if I can get you the best view possible. It's going to give me a little bit of JB Weld on here. Don't need a lot. In this case, a little bit goes a long way. Looks pretty good. So I just want just ever so a little bit. I'm just going to go along the side right there. I'll see if I can get my phone camera so I don't have to keep moving that around. If I get a picture of what it looks like when I get it all in here. Okay, I like that there. Not the best, but you can kind of see where the JB Weld is. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get this in there without getting it all over everything. I'm going to do it this way. I got to just slide it in there. I don't want it to get the JB Weld on threads at all. Hey, that looks pretty good. There it goes. There we go. I like that. It looks good right there. Make sure it looks level. I like that. Let's see how that sets up I'm going to screw this in one more time. I'm just going to keep it in there so I know it's going to keep it the angle I want. There we go. There. I'm just going to leave that setting there because that's about the right angle. We'll let that set up and dry. Now this thing has set overnight, and it's just a little bit. I need to get some of the plastic on this side out of the way, so I'm going to go at an angle and just try to get that out of there. I can see right there. Well, it wasn't too bad. I actually ended up with my newly sharpened, really sharp chisel and just basically went like this around the part right where the nut was glued to the plastic base thing here, and just scraped out a little bit of plastic each time till I got it in. Now I got it in. Now the other thing I didn't realize, this one must be lower because at the angle, this one wasn't. So it actually hits, so I had to kind of pull a little bit to get it turned. But now it's sitting in there, and again, have to make sure that it isn't screwed in this way enough where it's got enough clearance for this to push all the way down. Works perfect. So I'm going to leave it right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tighten the nut on the bottom there up now. Now that I have that on there. Just snug it up till it stops. Doesn't need to be really, really tight. Whoops, where am I at? Right there. Whoops, there it is. That's good. Yeah, it doesn't move. That's perfect. Okay, now this will go right there. Snuggaroo. Put it in there, and I always go backwards so I make sure I feel the thread seat right there. Snug these up real good. Now that this one's ready, I can tighten these up. Sweet. Now I'm going to leave them like that for now. I don't know if I don't like it, but now we have this redone. Again, I'm just going to think about this because I don't know, being that they are smooth chrome, if I'm going to get anything to stick. But that's what we got now. So let's go out, hook it up, and just see how good these LEDs are and make sure our switches work. And the one thing I wanted to do, just in case, I don't think it's going to touch, but I want to make sure and be safe if it did touch by chance. I'm just going to put some tape over this, over the switches, just because I want to make sure that it's not going to, by accident, short out up there. So this is a precautionary measure. Perfect. Now let's go back and hook it back up. I'm glad it works though. This is fantastic. Okay, a little dark, but watch. Ooh. Nice, bright LEDs inside now. So now if I can get this thing here to work, I'm good to go. I don't know if it's going to pick up anything, but I got to hook this up. And I don't know if the lights are on already or not. Oh, wow. Well, that one's on, off, on, off. Oh man, it works. Perfect. So slide this in there where it works. There you go. Now right here, right there's little slits that this sets into. Where are they? There it is. There it is. There, snap those in. Push this up. Now if I find the hole for this to go in, I'll find the hole in there. There it goes. Oh, there it is. Yep. Snug. There you go. Oh man, I got map lights again. Look at that. Whew. That's sweet. It's bright. Nice. Let me get outside here. How nice that is. That's cool. Now, I got updated switches and they work. There you have it. Simple, easy. A little bit of time. If you already have the switches and you're ready to do this, it should take you 2 days. I say that because you should let this sit overnight and let it harden and then replace them and hook them up. You'll be done. So definitely get the switches prior to doing this. That way you can get them done 2 days, back up and running. Check in the description. I'm still not sure if I want to try and put the caps back on. A couple of things I think of now I should have done before I installed these switches. Either paint the switch, tape it all up except for the top, paint it gray, so at least it looks gray. Maybe scuff it up. That way if I tried to put some hot glue or something, it's got something to adhere to. The chrome, I think, is going to be too slick. I don't know if it will be able to grip onto anything to hold it there. I may try it. See how long it lasts before it falls down. Just because it gets hot, it may loosen a little bit and it'll fall off. I'm not sure. So if I have an update, you come back, check it out. Just look in the description, see if I have an update or something. I'll put on there button update. Until then, it'll just say no update available. That's the only other issue. Other than that, it all worked fine. I am just ecstatic. It doesn't look too bad, but the chrome just pops a little bit too much, draws your attention to it. I would have liked to have maybe painted it prior. I think that would look nice. At least it would blend in a little bit better. Check in the description for links to the description. Place I purchased, all that is in the description. Definitely check it out. I think that's going to be it. So we are done. That's working again. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back your shack. Build it for your sanity. 2002. It's hard to believe. That's a vintage truck now. I have a vintage, a 70, 71, and a 70 and the 72. And then I got vintage 2002. I love my old trucks. I would not trade them for the world because, frankly, I don't care for all the new stuff. Too much electronics, too stupid, too many things will go wrong. Yeah, I'm a basic guy. I like my stuff to last. It's got a brand new tranny in it, and that video. Check out my day 8 of my road trip. I'll have a link up here. I actually end up going to Precision Transmission. It just happened. Check it out. They rebuilt the tranny in this. Phenomenal. I do me. Phenomenal. And I could go in more into it, but I'll go more into it in that video. We are done with this one. Thanks again for watching. We will see you next video.